you very much. I'm so glad to be part of the Eastern African farmer field schools. I'm the founder and the Chief Executive Officer of Vibrant Generation Uganda. Vibrant Generation Uganda, it's a youth-led community-based organization. It's found in Ssembabule district, registered under the Ssembabule district local government. And we support the youth between the ages of 13 to 35, both young men and women, to be brave and resilient as we engage them in our programs that contribute to poverty alleviation, illiteracy reduction, and environmental management. Today, I'm humbled to present to you what we do, a brief of what we aspire to do, and how we are engaging the youth in Uganda and in Ssembabule and Uganda at large. Could you please go to the next slide, sir? Could you please move to the next slide? So this is a presentation outline for my presentation today. I have a brief history of Vibrant Generation Uganda, the vision, the mission, the objectives, the activities, different approaches, and then also I'll conclude with the plans we have to implement the farmer field school. Just in brief about the history of Vibrant Generation Uganda. Vibrant Generation Uganda was started way back in 2016. This time I was in a medical school. I was in my second year. As I was tending towards exams, my dad got some emergencies. He was working in Juba. I think all of you remember there was the insecurities which happened during Juba in South Sudan. And I was so disheartened that that time, everything of my dad was rooted. And then when everything was rooted, he came back, he called me and was like, I was going to do my exams, I had not paid tuition, and they're like, you're not going to do the exams. It was really the saddest moment in my life. And the only way was go back to the village to start a new life, being a medical school dropout. It was really so disheartening. I went back home and they told me, my dad told me, now I have nothing to do for you. You could go back to the village. And our village is Ssembabule. At first, it was too hard for me to believe. How will people say? I was really so depressed. I was very depressed, seeing my other colleagues continuing on with their studies. And so I went back, I accepted my daddy's call. I went back to the village. I went to the village. I started up my life. But when I was in the village, I met very many young people who were so much suffering, who were passing through a lot, even more than I thought I was. I started Vibrant as it was called a good shepherd. And we were so aiming at that moment, we are aiming at how can we help one another? How can we be shepherds of one another? Because of the friends I had met who are also passing through different challenges like I was. And so during that time, remember I had not completed school. I started digging. I started farming, not until I got a half bursary at St. Matthias Agricultural College in Rakai. And then this half bursary, the other half, I was supposed to work on the farm and contribute to the total amount to be paid for my course. By the time I was given a half bursary of diploma in ecological organic agriculture. I started that course for 2 years. In that year, I started 2017, where I started that course. I was working at the farm as well as I was studying. Still in that year, a saddest moment again happened in my life. My dad passed away. It was really so tough for me. I had no option. I could not have someone because I grew up with only my dad. The other person was my stepmom. It was really something challenging. I got depressed again. But while I was at campus at St. Matthias Agricultural College, I was always attending mass. I was always attending prayers. Then I began, there is one time we had someone, they're telling us how to believe in ourselves. What can we do instead of being always thinking in the past, always thinking of the things we've passed through? What can we really do to change our lives, to impact the community? That year I spent at school. My friends could go for holidays, but me, I could remain on the farm working. In 2019, I volunteered in one organization. It is St. Jude College of Agroecology. I volunteered there partly. And as I went back to Ssembabule, where I was working, I had begun working with the youth in Good Shepherd. Then later I told them, you people, we need to be vibrant. We need to realize our worth. We need to be brave. We need to be resilient. What starts always has a beginning. I gathered up with some few youth and I told them we can make something. Instead of grieving because I found some of them that they could not go to school, and those who go to school, they could not complete senior 4. And because I also had experienced that I was also once a dropout, I told them, no, we can take the courage. We can start up, we can come up, we can improve ourselves. It is us the youth to start. It's us the youth to empower ourselves. December in 2020, in July, I was on Facebook and I saw a post. It was for Africa Youth Initiative, and they had a youth skilling training on International Youth Day. It was via Zoom. I attended that training. When I attended that training, there is a lot they shared with us. And while we are speaking, we are giving, we are talking about some of the challenges, some of the experiences, and then they asked us, what would you want to be in the next 5 years to come? I really told them what I want to be in the next 5 years to come. I want to see the vibrant generation. I want to see a Uganda where we shall be proud of. I want to see we the youth coming up with scalable initiatives, things which can make our lives sustainable. Because after losing all I had, I realized that it's a good thing to have self-sustenance, to be brave and overcome and be resilient, that in each and every situation, we can move on. During that training, I was so blessed that even we had that Good Shepherd, but we did not register it. And then when in my presentation, in my talk during that presentation, I was so happy to meet my other fellow youth. And one of those youth was Matilda, the one I'm with today in this meeting. Matilda and Francis and the team of Africa for Africa, they really have been supportive to me. So they helped me. They told me what you have to do, you have to first go and register Vibrant Generation Uganda. You sit with those youth and come up with the constitution, because we had already had one, and then we registered Vibrant Generation Uganda, the district. After that training, I was really changed. And in September, there is a call still for an international training course on organic agriculture, which was sponsored by BioVision and GIZ. I applied, and really I was so blessed because most of the applicants, of all the applicants who applied, I was among the applicants. And this course, they usually could take people with bachelor's degree, but I don't know God's mercies or is abundant. I was able to win that sponsorship for that course, international training course in organic agriculture. It was for 2 months. It was a 2-month course, sharing on biodiversity, agroecology, and it was really a good course for me to roll on my passion for service. And in August, we had registered Vibrant Generation. In September and October, I attended that course. And so far, right now, currently, we're having 50 youth we are working with, and we also have managed to reach 200 students in different schools. And our objectives for Vibrant Generation Uganda, we aim to build the capacity of young people, enhance the realization of their goals with courage, determination, less stress and enjoyment through debates, seminars, talks, workshops, and conferences. We also want to promote food security and value addition for improved quality of life in the rural communities, and also to initiate, organize, and carry out activities aimed at alleviating poverty, such as engaging young people in various income-generating initiatives to improve their livelihood, and also to foster hard work, self-discipline, lifelong learning, entrepreneurship, environmental conservation, proper health practices, and other social values through our programs. And for this hard work, self-discipline, lifelong learning, 2020, still, I continued. I applied at Uganda Matters. I'm doing a long distance course, bachelor's degree of science in agriculture, general agriculture at Uganda Matters. And still, I'm really inspiring the youth. I'm always encouraging them that learning should not stop. However much we face a lot of challenges, however much there are very many young people who are dropping out, but at least we see how best can we help them to at least to keep focused, to visualize their future and where they can move. Next slide, 7. To create awareness on sustainable development goals with more emphasis on goal number 1, no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, and gender equality. And this will also promote aspects of gender responsiveness in all development initiatives through involvement of both young men and women with equal opportunities in the planning, implementation, coordination, and evaluation programs. Next. Last year, we were also able to engage the youth in a workshop. It was called a Resilient Youth is a Health Youth. And some of our youth activities in that workshop, we were able to engage the youth in cleaning the community and also awareness on HIV/AIDS and COVID-19. Next. These are some of our youth activities: food security and value addition, We always have community outreach programs. We move to schools, we work with them, we train the young people how to farm, how to till their land, at least how to firstly feed the soil so that they can be able to feed them. We also work with the youth in establishing income generating projects. So far we have 5 of our youth. Coming up, one has set up a passion fruit project. The 2 have set up the piggery. At least we're seeing how best can we help one another to come up with something which can be able to help us move forward, to help us be brave, to help us be resilient. We also have guidance and counseling. We guide the youth and we counsel them, especially during this period of COVID-19, where the youth are experiencing a lot of challenges. At least they need someone to speak to, someone to help. At least they need to be helped. Next slide. Onto that, we also have health and inspiration talks still in schools. We hold those, we speak to those youth about their health and see how best can we help them at least be able to overcome some of these things they fear to talk about. We also have the mentorship program. This one, Matilda will speak to us more on this in the next slide. So I'd request Matilda to kindly talk to us more about how we engage the youth in the mentorship. However, before Matilda, we also have another person, our programs coordinator, Mr. Sebufu. Samuel is with us. I'm happy he joined us. So at this moment, I would welcome Matilda to briefly let us know more about how we engage our programs running, how we engage the youth in the mentorship program. Matilda, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Gerald, for the opportunity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I seek to be informed if I'm clear and audible.
Yes, you are clear and audible.
All right, thank you so much. So with our youth mentorship programs, we've already been having them, but on a smaller scale. As you see, as we work with them through different activities, we've been focusing as well on mentorship because we've inspired some of them to start up multiple things and others are implementing what has been taught. But however, going forward, we are planning on having a youth mentorship program that is more structured to address these 5 factors, that is personal development, career development, personal branding, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Why we believe in youth mentorship is because mentorship basically is paramount, and I believe that any of us on this call that has been successful, you've had that person, 1 or 2 people that have walked with you the journey and have showed you how to do some things. They've given you advice, they've given you counsel on what to do and what not to do, and as a result, you've turned out to be the kind of person that you are today. And we're also seeing that the generation today, most of them are not well parented, or others are the father figure has disappeared in our sight. People or the youth have been left to be mentored or to seek for knowledge and information on social media platforms, internet, to mention but a few, of which many of them have gotten things that are not actually what is more beneficial to help them grow. So that is why we decided that we're going to be having a 2 months program where we'll take on a number of youth in this program. It will be both online and on site, depending on the circumstances, because right now we've been faced with a new normal whereby we no longer have excuses for not doing programs because the online platforms are all there. And in this program, we'll be helping the youth to discover themselves, and that is personal development, and also be able to attach value to themselves. Gone are the days when you would go to the university and present your degree as what you are able to do, but today they ask you for what can you put on the table. What do you know? It's past the first class today. So we want the youth to understand that learning is a continual process, and there is always room for you to develop yourself as an individual. Then career development, we look at the fact that many people have been told that maybe to be a lawyer is fancy, to be a doctor and all, etc. But times have changed. Jobs are disappearing. With the COVID-19, we realized that many people were laid off. So we need people, or we need the youth to be told or addressed to the different things that they can do even as they pursue that kind of career that they are pursuing. And also personal branding. People have, there is only one chance to create a first impression. You can never have a second chance. So many people, or many youth, have social media platforms which stipulate different things about them. So we're looking at personal branding to help them learn how to brand themselves. What is that thing that they will be remembered for if they were able to be faced with a jury of judges, or if they were to face someone, or if they were to meet someone for the first time, what would they be remembered for? Then leadership, from individual to society, family, community, name it. Because today we are seeing many people going into places of leadership, but driven by the money, and they reach there, they're not able to deliver. So we want to teach them what leadership is all about. It's service beyond self. It's being a servant. It's giving your all to be the person that helps others see where they are going. And then finally, entrepreneurship. It is very, very paramount to have multiple sources of income, in that even if you are that doctor, even if you are that engineer, even if you are all that you've desired to do, you can also have multiple sources of income through entrepreneurship, through investing and all that. So through our mentorship programs, that is what we will be addressing. Thank you so much, Gerard, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Could you please go to the next slide? Mr. Edwin, I'm requesting you to move us to the next slide.
Yeah, I've moved it.
Yeah, so in that slide still, under youth mentorship, at least we've been able to engage these young people in making their organic pesticides. We engage them, we speak to them. At least some of the schools we work with, at least to work with some of these young people, speak to them, share with them, and see how best we can move forward. Next. Next slide. Mr. Edwin, could you please move us to the next slide?
It's there. Check it up.
Yeah.
Gerald, can you see it?
Yeah, I've seen it. And more to that youth mentorship program, we also aspiring to and planning to implement the farmer field school with the youth. Because when we realize the farmer field approach, it is exposing more the youth to discover themselves. It is more of learning through discovery, participatory, and so that these youth can be able to come up to have to develop best innovations in various crops. And for us sake, we've chosen vegetables, maize, beans, passion fruit, and also piggery. How best can these young people discover the different things in their fields? Because sometimes these young people, they have been challenged with the pests and the diseases. And you realize that the soils today, because when you look in Ssembabule district, we have a dry climate. And most youth have abandoned agriculture because of the dry climate. And I hope when we implement this farmer field school, these young people to we are going to train them on how to utilize, how to look for various means of how we can be able to mitigate this climate change practices, because our lands, our soils, they could no longer produce more because people are misusing them. The chemicals which are usually put in these soils, they are putting them to waste. So in our plan to implement the farm field schools, we'd like to revitalize, to bring back these soils so that they can be able to help the youth have at least more yields compared to the ones we've been having. And also, more of these youth, as they are doing the farming, there is a lot they realize. And based on their experiences so far in the agriculture trainings we've engaged them, we would love to see how best can someone observe the changes in his or her garden each and every day. What output is he really expecting out of this garden? How best can this person be able to transfer the knowledge to another? Because we always have we have been using the everyone reaching one approach. That at least each youth we train has to go and train another one youth. And we go and monitor. We've always done so. We train them, we go and monitor. Who have you trained? And how have you been able to transfer what you really learned from the training? And really, is there any change? Is there any impact? We have a lot of success stories. We have a lot of sharing from these youth, and hope more. We are going to also emphasize more on the saving scheme, because most of our youth, they're young, but we are trying to come up with them. We are trying to bring to them about what can we save? How much can you put in starting up something? In raising your bed, your salary bed, how much do you expect to get out of that? And also value addition, emphasize more on value addition. What can we really add onto what we've produced? Because we are lacking markets, but sometimes market is not, it may not be a challenge, but how best can we market this produce? What can we add? At least even if it's a slight improvement to help us search a better market. And also climate smart farming. And I would also request Mr. Sebufu, our programs coordinator, to give more on how we're going to be implementing the FFS. So Mr. Sebufu, could you please speak to us?
Thank you, Gerard, for the opportunity. I first take this opportunity to thank every person who is participating in this. But I first also apologize that where I am, I'm just not far from the road. It may not sound so clear sometimes, but let me take the opportunity to explain how we are going to be implementing the farmer field school. One, already we've started with production of some vegetables, and as we'll be working with the farmers, the youth farmers, we are intending to involve even the households where the youth come from. For the reason, some of the youth may not be having land as per se, but they can get where they can be producing the crops. And again, you have to set up some areas for learning whereby the youth whom we'll be training will be learning all together and sharing the challenges, experiences, and suggestions on how to overcome those challenges, of course, with guidance from the technical team, in this case, us. The team, which will be working with them, with other partners. And For farmer field school, we are seeing ourselves as Vibrant Generation Uganda as able, but we need to work in a structure whereby the youth themselves also are empowered to monitor themselves and also ensure sustainability of the programs and the projects that we are going to set to support them achieve the goals and objectives through Vibrant Generation Uganda and its partners. Gerard, are we together?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Sebufu. Mr. Edwin, could you please move to the next slide? Mr. Edwin, could you please move us to the next slide?
On it, we are there. Partners.
Yes. Those are some of our partners we are working with. Most of our projects have been funded by Peace First, CNUS, helping out young people between the ages of 12 to 25. We've also been supported by Rotaract Club and the international training course on organic agriculture. This training was sponsored by BioVision and GIZ, and these people are still following up, and they're still helping us, mentoring us and guiding us on how best we can move forward. We also have Africa for Africa Youth Initiative. They are still working with us, helping us, mentoring us. We also having St. Jude College of Agroecology. Still, these people are still mentoring us, working with us, supporting us. And we are a registered member organization of Uganda Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services. And because of this UFAS, it's a reason why we also joined the Farmer Field School. We also appreciate them for the continued support and guidance. Together with the African Forum for Agricultural Advisory Services, we are really very appreciative and glad for all the support you're rendering to us. Ever since I joined this hub, there is a lot I've learned. There is a lot of experiences. I've got to know of different presenters. And really, thank you very much, Mr. Edwin, Mr. Max, and the entire team of AFAS. We are really so grateful, and for granting us also the opportunity as the youth to really participate in such bigger platforms so that we can be able to improve livelihoods, to champion that sustainable livelihood and self-confidence among the rural youth. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you so much, Gerald. This is a story of inspiration. The future is the youth, and the future is in farming. So we just want to appreciate all of you, Gerald, Madam Matilda, and Sebuf. Thank you for this great initiative. It is our prayer that you'll reach out even beyond Ssembabule and move the whole of Africa and inspire the youth. So I will take this opportunity just to give it to a few of my colleagues if you want to raise up your hand, but already there are some questions in the chat box. So while Gerald is trying to get a glass of water, there's this question: how many youth are involved in your initiative or in your programs, segregated by gender? I don't know that you are able to provide an answer to that. While the rest of us, if you want to raise a question, please just raise your hand and then we will give you the opportunity. So Gerald, respond to that first.
Yes, we are having so far 50 youth registered, of which of the 50 registered, we are having 60% males, and also we have the 40% females.
Mr. Baha has raised up his hand. Mr. Baha, over to you.
Edwin, am I audible enough?
Yes, you are, but
I'm in my village.
But you could shout a little more.
I am in my village. Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. First of all, let me say a big thank you to Gerald and of course the entire team. Gerald and I have we have passed through more or less the same journey. I had inspired to be a doctor myself, actually a cardiologist to be very precise. But here I am, I ended up being a horticulturalist and I'm also an environmentalist. In short, you do the very best in what you have today, because that's destiny. But that's a story for another season or another day. I have two questions for Gerald. One is that VGU has some kind of a savings scheme in their thinking or in their activities. I wanted to know, so far, what is their savings portfolio? Have they done any savings? How many Ugandan dollars do they have? For very simple reasons, that that's part of building their capacity to be able to continue with production activities. And then secondly, now that they want to implement programs using farmer field schools, how prepared are they in terms of programming or project development? Have they already done the training? Do they have experts within their organization, etc.? Thank you. Over to you, Edwin.
Thank you, Mr. Baha. So this is just to Gerald and Cebu. That was the question. From Baha. But there's another one also on has the group ever been trained on the FFS methodology? I don't know, you'll combine the question from Baha and the one. Over to you.
Yes, please. So on the saving, we've been having various ways through which we've been raising the funding for our projects. And one, we've been having support from Peace First, and we've also been having membership contributions and also in-kind contributions from the community members. And then about project implementation, yes, we have a board. For us as the managing committee, we are supervised by a supervisory board. A board is composed, it's composed of 7 members, of which these 7 members, they've got more experiences in project management and have really been guiding us. And one of them has been key in this. We have the programs. We have also the programs coordinator with us. He's been so helpful, together with other members on the board. At least they have been able to help us in project implementation. I also did a short course in project planning, monitoring, and evaluation. And also about how prepared are we for the farmer field school. Hopefully, we are ready to implement this farmer field school. And in case of anything which would be required of, I think we are ready, we can kickstart it. Then maybe what we could be missing, maybe more of, because I've not, personally I've been attending the FFS, this hub, I've been learning more of how to implement the farmer field school, but really maybe we could request for capacity building training in the FFS. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gerald. Maybe for the rest of the members, Gerald has been very much in touch with the Field Schools Hub, and we have linked him up to a number of master trainers in Uganda. He has participated in some of our activities within Uganda. So what we are now trying to do is to discuss the modalities of the training, where we can have a few of the youth being trained as TOFs, TOTs, then they are able to go and establish a number of field schools. In the chat box, from one of our experienced JFFLS facilitators, Mr. Achonga, he's suggesting that you need to integrate life skills training in your program since you are dealing with the youth. So maybe when you mention guiding and counseling, I think it should also go ahead hand in hand with the life skills training. So I don't know whether members, you have any other thing to add. Feel free to raise your hand or put it in the chat box. Okay, Mr. Chonga, unmute yourself.
Thank you, Edwin. I just brought in that point because first I really appreciate what the program is doing and also planning to do with the youth. Actually, we know that the youth are the backbone of our future generation as far as agriculture is concerned, as far as food security is concerned. But I just wanted to add that as they plan to engage more in farmer field school methodology, they can take advantage of that opportunity to integrate life skill training, because the youth, apart from getting skills about agricultural production, they also need skills about managing their own life so that they can become wholesome people who can be able to be productive and also to be able to contribute positively to society and have sustainable livelihood. So probably that aspect, they can see how to integrate life skills within their program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chonga. For information, there exist a lot of manuals on JFFLS, Junior Farmer Field and Life Schools. We've had a number of them in our northern Uganda, Kitgum, Gulu, and this sides of Soroti. So most of these manuals are available for adaptation, but it'll also be good for a few of you to be trained on the actual methodology of the farmer field schools. We've also shared with you the field school guidance document, particularly for your board to go through when they are planning for field school programs. So be sure that you're not going to walk alone. We will be there to stand with you and support you through all that we can.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. We have two senior guys here. I will just want them to say a word or two. Mr. Chumba from Vihiga, then Amariat from Kenya, from Ministry of Agriculture. Hello.
Jambo. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was not able to join in time. I was having another virtual meeting on relaunching of 4K clubs. However, I'm also grateful because you are discussing matters of also young farmers in the context of farmer field schools. So I don't have much to say. Ours is to give the necessary support to the field schools so that it gets the necessary visibility that is required. Thank you very much, colleagues.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mariat. This is well appreciated. For the rest of the members, the 4K clubs in Kenya is just the reintroduction of a program that used to focus on agriculture in schools. So they are now going to form those agricultural clubs, environmental clubs, as a way of enhancing their life skills and also preparing them for entrepreneurship. So we are very excited, looking forward to this, because a number of our youth would basically now get a direct line of involvement, particularly for entrepreneurship. So this is a game changer, Gerald and Matilda and Samuel. We will really want to work with you and see how this will progress more and more. Our target is to have this out of school JFFLS, we call them junior farmer field and high schools, or out of school field schools. Those ones who are unable to go beyond grade 10, grade 12, we give them another opportunity for them to make it in life. So thank you so much. If there is no other question, I don't know that Mr.
Edwin, maybe one more from me, if you will allow me.
Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Once again, General, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. One question is, the youth, as we know them, they may not be very patient, and I want to qualify my statement that to wait for things for the next 3 months to get some proceeds. How have you been able to contain them in the group and ensure they remain hopeful? The second one is, I have interacted with an organization, it's Italian, called AVSI, AVSI, Uganda, some time back, and I trained them, their partners or their the institution on junior farmer field and life skills or life schools. It is in, the program was in Kitgum. I'm only wondering whether AFSI is still in Uganda. If yes, then that could be a possible partner you can get hold of. Thank you. Over to you, Edwin.
Thank you. Relayed to Gerald and the team.
Okay, then for Avis, I think we shall consult. Then the other question about the youth being not being impatient. Okay, we also first experienced that challenge, but how we went about it is that we tried out to also look out of some other activities, for example, making liquid soap. As we engage them in making liquid soap, they're able to make and sell. So this one, it keeps them wait until they get some money as they wait for the field harvests.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Pio Peter, I don't know whether you still have good connection. You could give us your final words from the Pearl of Uganda on behalf of Max. Mr. Pio?
Yes, thank you, Edwin. Hello. Are you getting me?
Yes, we do.
Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm impressed that the youths are waking up. They have the passion to develop themselves. encourage others to join them. There is something Edwin wrote in his Gmail that where there's a will, there is something. I forget how Edwin completes that. Edwin, how do you complete it? Where there's a will, there's what?
There's a frontier.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the young team is making me ask so many questions. They are struggling, but there seems to be something missing. Yes, the hub is trying to support them, but I don't know how much they're supported down there. To be very honest, they are hanging. I'm sorry, they're hanging, but they have the energy, they have the passion, they have everything. Nobody's pushing them. Gerard,
Yes,
are you
please.
working closely with local government? You'll give me
Yes,
that
I
answer.
try.
Yes, come. Let's chat.
Yes,
Yes.
I've been so much guided by the CDO. However, this time round, he told me to move to the probation officer, who, when I consulted, he was like, currently there are no more programs running as far as the agriculture. So I don't know whether he was just trying to avoid the question. I really don't know. But I'm trying out to connect to the CDO and see how best we can be able to engage the government. But however, we are working with the local council chairpersons. Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, but unfortunately, those guys are not strong enough. The guys you've dealt with are not strong enough to help you. But all in all, we encourage you. Keep standing. Don't wither off. You had one of us saying that youths are not patient. Don't wither off. Think of, we shall try maybe to guide you on so many other opportunities, not on this platform, on how to catalyze income generation and subsequently savings. Of course, not only me, but all the team, all guys in the team have alternatives for you, only that they have no time here. But I'm sure you have their contacts. Catch up with them later on. Thank you very much. We hope youths learn more from you. But I'll also encourage you to seek out for support from Uganda National Youth Farmers Association. Have you heard about that one? Hello, Gerard?
Not really so. You got
Yes,
not,
right at that.
I don't have no much information. It is Uganda.
It's a youth arm for Uganda National Farmers Association, the youth arm.
Uganda
Are you
National
getting
Farmers Association. Okay.
Uganda
Yes,
National Youth
yes.
Farmers Association? It's very, very strong. And they have funding from Germany mostly. And I think they have so many programs running. If you could also catch. Yes, so Edwin, thank you. I don't have much to mention in this platform, but maybe we shall continue one-on-one with the Kasita and the team. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, everyone. I hope I'm not locking out anybody else. So please, next time we should mobilize the youth to be part of this forum, especially when one of their own is sharing. Yeah, this is good. We are working on it. Our challenge is we've not been able to advertise in advance, well ahead, for people to prepare and save time to come and attend to our meetings. But I will still, that is work in progress. We should be having more and more youth on this platform. And we'll also want to encourage you also to be our ambassadors, so that anytime you are seeing some of this on our WhatsApp, you share it amongst your networks, and we are able to reach as many as we can. So a good reminder that we need to focus more and invest more in the youth, and let's see how we can be able to work with them. Gerald, we have a virtual forum platform that if you want to use for your training, let us know in advance. We should be able to offer it to you.
Okay.
And yeah. So once again, on behalf of Max and the entire East African Field School Hub fraternity, we want to say thank you so much to Vibrant Generation Uganda. We will save this and upload it on our YouTube channel for you even to be sharing more and more within your networks. And finally, members, we will share with you the final itinerary or the final program for our departed colleague, Titus Mutinda. We want to have just one nice vigil, and a night vigil where we can just remember him on the good times, the whatever he has done all this time. And we just want to say a message of condolence to the family. So we will update you in our normal platform. Thank you so much. And I think we will call it a day. As usual, we normally put on our videos so that we take our last picture to register our presence here. So kindly everybody just put on your picture. Yes. Sevo Michael, you are so smart, my friend. Are you going to be appointed the vice president?
No. Our president is still struggling on whom to appoint.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're too smart. Mr. Chumba, we've missed you. Next time you need to share more on Vihiga, what your youth are doing. And we need to have all of them on this platform. There's also a colleague, Alvin, is an off-taker. He's been buying produce, fresh produce from the youth. Maybe next time we'll also give him an opportunity to do that. Madam Biashara also deals a lot with the youth and marketing. We need to have you more and more. So I think this discussion needs to continue. Madam Roheni, her second name is just money. So we just need to continue working with you, madam, and ensure that this youth get good marketing advice, value addition. And if there's anything you can offer on virtual programs, we can set it up for you. Thank you so much. So I wish you a good day and God bless you. Mr. James Libako, thank you so much for your graduations. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome, Gerald. Bye.